नमस्कार। हम थर्ड ईयर फिजिक्स पेपर फर्स्ट क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स में कुछ पोटेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स के सॉल्यूशन कर चुके हैं और आज हम जिस विषय को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वह है हार्मोनिक ऑसिलेटर। हमने लोअर क्लासेज में, छोटी क्लासेज में हार्मोनिक ऑसिलेटर को सीखा है और आज हम यह जानेंगे कि यदि क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स के प्रिंसिपल्स को अप्लाई किया जाए तो हार्मोनिक ऑसिलेटर्स के रिजल्ट्स में किस प्रकार से परिवर्तन आता है। We know that when a particle oscillates about its mean position along a straight line under the action of force which is directly towards its mean position, and the second condition, the force is proportional to displacement at any instant from this position, then motion of the particle is said to be simple harmonic and oscillating particle is called simple harmonic oscillator or linear harmonic oscillator. This is a very basic definition and basic concept which we are reading from the 12th or 11th class. The harmonic oscillator is a very important example of periodic motion because it serves as an exact or approximate model for many problems in classical and in quantum physics. You might have read some in paper third solid state physics. At temperature above 0 Kelvin, the atom in a crystal are temporarily displaced from the normal position in the structure due to the absorption of thermal energy. That is the concept of lattice vibration, and consequently interatomic forces owing Hooke's law act on displaced atom. Under the action of such restoring force, each atom vibrates about its normal position, which is the correct position in the ideal structure. Thus, the vibration of each atom are similar to those of simple harmonic oscillator. This concept which I just narrate, it is the part of syllabus of unit second in paper third solid state physics, lattice vibration and the concept of phonon. The expression for the force is equals to F is equals to minus kx. According to Newton's second law, m d2x by dt square is equals to minus kx. Therefore, d2x by dt square plus omega square x is equals to 0, where omega is equals to root of k by m. Assuming the potential energy of the oscillator as 0 at the equilibrium position, that is x barabar 0, hence the potential energy at a distance x from the equilibrium position is given by the following integral: v is equals to minus integral of 0 to x kx dx, which comes out to be half kx square. So this result is also not a new result for you. This is a classical result which we are studying from the class 12th. This equation shows that potential energy has a parabolic form. It means that particle move in a potential band of parabolic form. Now, the concept, the Schrodinger equation start, and let us write for the Schrodinger equation d2 psi by dx square plus 2m by h cross square e minus b psi is equals to 0. So let us substitute the value of potential energy half kx square. So Schrodinger equation become del 2 psi by del x square plus 2m by h cross square e minus 2m by h cross square half kx square psi is equals to 0. Now the solution for this equation, we are introducing some constant alpha and beta, and this equation is written in this pattern d2 psi by dx square plus alpha square beta minus alpha 4x square psi is equals to 0. Determining the value of alpha and beta, alpha 4 is equals to mk by h cross square. Therefore, alpha is equals to square root of m omega by h cross. And again, alpha square beta is equals to 2m by h cross square e. Therefore, beta is equals to 2e by h cross square root of m by k. Please keep in mind, there beta is related with the energy term. Again, after defining alpha and beta, let us also define a constant x alpha is equals to by, and partial differentiation d psi by dx and d psi by dx is equals to square root of m omega by h cross d psi by d by. Second derivative, and again using the partial differentiation, so d2 psi by dx square comes out to be m omega by h cross d2 psi by d by square. Now substitute all these results in equation 1. So equation 1 reduced to take this form: m omega by h cross d2 psi by d psi square plus alpha square within bracket beta minus alpha square x square psi is equals to 0. Again, since m omega by h cross is equals to alpha square, so equation reduced to take this form: d2 psi by d by square plus beta minus by square psi is equals to 0. Now let us try to solve this equation. First, for asymptotic solution, and for asymptotic solution, by is very large, let us image that beta, so neglect beta. So d2 psi by d by square minus psi square by is equals to 0. This is a second order differential equation which gives the solution psi is equals to e की power plus minus by square by 2. Now we have to check the solution, which solution is correct or which solution is fitted in our problem. Psi square e की power plus by square by 2. Its positive part, that is e की power by square by 2 solution, is not acceptable in this problem. Reason being, as soon as by approaches infinity, the wave function also become infinite. And from the fundamental postulates of the quantum mechanics and from the concept of wave function, psi, that is wave function, should remain finite and single valued. Therefore, the solution which we got from the mathematical differential equation, we have to ignore the positive solution e की power by square by 2. So we are restrict ourselves to consider only the term e की power minus by square by 2. For the complete solution, let us introduce a parameter, that is h. So complete solution for this equation becomes psi is equals to h e की power minus by square by 2, where h is a polynomial. Again, if this is the complete solution of this equation, it means this equation must satisfy it. So psi is equals to h e की power minus by square by 2. So mathematically, let us derive psi dash and psi double dash, which I have calculated here. Now substitute in the equation number 2, and after substitution we got a equation that is h double dash minus 2h dash by plus beta minus 1 h is equals to 0. You please note that we are using some constant alpha, beta, again h. What is the reason? Reason being, we are trying our best to get a popular equation for the solution. And after this substitution, we got a equation that is h double dash minus 2h dash by plus beta minus 1h. This is a very popular equation, well-known equation, and it is said to be Hermite differential equation. And for the solution for this differential equation, we use the power series method. Okay, in our syllabus, power series method solutions are not mentioned, but my advice, just to see or just to note down the method how these differential equations are being solved, and if you feel any difficulty, you may ignore all these solutions, and but in that case you will have to remember the result. But it is my advice to at least go through the solution. So this is Hermite Hermite differential equation, and let us solve it by power series method. For that, we define h as a0 by 0, a1 by 1, a2 by 2, or it is written as summation an by n. Use the value of h in equation number 3rd. So expression become like this: summation an n minus 1 by की power n minus 2 minus 2 by summation an by n minus 1 plus beta minus 1 summation an by n. Now collecting the coefficient of by n. So expression become like this. This equation being an equality, the coefficient of each power of y must vanishes separately. That is n plus 1, n plus 2, an plus 2 plus beta minus 1 minus 2 and an is equals to 0. Therefore, an plus 2 is equals to 2n plus 1 minus beta upon n plus 1 n plus 2 an. And this is equation number 4, and this equation is called recurrence formula, and this recurrence formula connecting coefficient of an plus 2 and an. Now for the solution of any second order differential equations, we require two arbitrary constant. If we consider the constant as to be a0, a1, we can determine all other coefficient in term of a0 and a1 with the help of this recurrence formula, which we got by equation number 4. So by substituting n is equals to 0 to 4, let us calculate the a2, a4, a6. So if we substitute n is equals to 0, then a2 is equals to 1 minus beta by factorial to a0. For n is equals to 2, if we substitute n is equals to 2, then a4, and a4 is equals to 1 minus beta 5 minus beta a0 upon root factorial 4. In the same way, if we substitute n is equals to 4, then a6, and a6 value is also calculated. In a similar way, we can find out the value of a3, a5, a7. For that, we have to substitute n is equals to 1, 3, 5, 7, and by substitution be these the value of constant. Again, we have defined h polynomial is equals to summation an by n. So substitute all the coefficient here. So if we substitute all the coefficient, then expression become like this. for H. This equation is a solution of Hermite differential equation. Now, this equation shows that polynomial is the sum of two infinite series. This means that if hy does not terminate for some value of n, then the wave function, which is psi is equals to hy e की power minus by square by 2, will become infinite. As by become infinite, which is not acceptable to us. Therefore, the wave function will have a finite value of Therefore, the wave function will have a finite value at infinity. So, if hy terminate at some value of n, for this to happen, the following condition must be satisfied for some value of n, that is 2n plus 1 minus beta divided by n plus 2 n plus 1 an is equals to 0, or 2n plus 1 minus beta is equals to 0. It gives beta is equals to 2n plus 1. You have already remembered that beta parameter is related with energy. So, by substituting the value of beta, it is 2e by h cross square root of m by k is equals to 2n plus 1, and so 2e by h cross omega 2n plus 1, or or E is equals to 2n plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, and expression for energy be obtained is equals to n plus 1 by 2 h cross omega. Now, please remember, we have solved this Hermite differential equation by power series method. This is the solution which I have given here, and if you don't have time and you are not interested, in that case you can directly write down this result from equation number 4. Equation number 4 was a relation, that is recurrence formula, connecting coefficient of an plus 2 and an. So you can directly write down from there. So it become E is equals to n plus 1 by 2 h cross omega. This is the allowed integral value of n given us certain discrete value of energy. These values are termed as eigenvalue of the harmonic oscillator. This equation shows that energy level for the harmonic oscillator are equally space amount, and that amount is equals to h cross omega. Okay, so we shall continue this topic, and remaining part will be covered tomorrow. Thank you.